Welcome to the podcast that's been voted one of the best in the marketing research industry 2 years in a row, first in 2019 and following in 2020. This is Research Business Daily Report, the only daily research news video in the market today, and which for 10 years has presented a look at one top story important to members of the research industry Monday through Thursday most weeks. We rely on viewer support, and that means that you can pitch in by contributing at patreon.com/RBDR. A little bit more about that later in today's video. I'm Bob Lederer, and I'm in my 26th year as a respected voice in market research. Cultural anthropology is defined as a branch of anthropology that's focused on the study of cultural variation among humans. Now, plainly, although it is potentially of great interest, it is not a subject that has traditionally gotten a lot of attention in everyday research circles. But Motive-Based co-founder and CEO Ujjwal Arkalgud wants you to recognize that cultural anthropology indeed can and should be playing a far more prominent role in a lot of research that's going on today, which is one reason why we invited him to address RBDR's audience about cultural anthropology's evolution, improvement, and valuable capabilities. Ujjwal?
When was the last time you asked what something meant? We're so used to asking what people are saying that we rarely take the time to think about what they might mean. Let me give you an example. The other day, there was a construction worker outside my house and he had taken his shirt off. It was a hot day. My 3-year-old daughter looked at him, called me and said, "Daddy, look, that man, he's hot." At which point my wife walked over to the window, had a look, turned around and said, "He is hot." And I use this example because clearly the same word hot meant two very different things to my daughter and to my wife. And we all know this innately when it comes to language, but we somehow forget that when it comes to the issues, concepts, and trends that we work on for our businesses. This is what we do at Motive-Base. We help you take a step back to ask, what does it mean? Now, you might be asking or thinking in your mind, why should meaning matter to me? Here's perhaps a shocking statistic. More than 70% of the meanings we human beings ascribe to concepts, ideas, and trends in culture are implicit, as in they're not expressed explicitly, which makes getting to those associations pretty much impossible through interviews and traditional social media scraping. Implicit associations teach us about where things are going. They paint a picture, a clear one, of what's to come. That's why it matters. That's why we advocate for the study of meaning over mentions, because anybody can study mentions, especially nowadays. But the study of meaning requires a deep grounding in structural anthropology. It requires machine learning. And one of the benefits of using modern technology and anthropology to do this is we can not only answer questions quickly and with agility for our clients, but we can also quantify and predict the future of trends and ideas and concepts that matter to their businesses with uncanny accuracy. Why? Because behavior changes overnight. And because behavior can change and flip-flop overnight, it becomes very difficult to model it. Meaning, on the other hand, changes gradually over time, even during a pandemic, which makes it possible to not only measure it, but model it, predict it in ways that were just unimaginable, even 5 years ago, which is why we work with over 130 organizations globally, and we support them at the front end of innovation and corporate strategy initiatives.
That wraps up today's Research Business Daily Report. Now, as we mentioned at the start of today's video, we hope you will become an RBDR Patreon supporter. For the uninitiated, that means providing a monthly contribution via credit card, perhaps $5 or $10 for an individual and $25 or more for a business. Both can help us defray costs and maintain the excellence of our reporting. Recently, we welcomed 2 new Patreon supporting research organizations. Rare Patient Voice is one, and Survey Healthcare is the other. We thank both for recognizing and supporting the value of RBDR across the marketplace. But we ask the remainder of you viewing us today, what can we do to earn your support? Well, do you watch RBDR with any regularity or even once in a while? Because if you do, perhaps that is reason alone to chip in. Please visit RBDR's exclusive crowdfunding platform at patreon.com/RBDR. And once you're there, you can select whatever level of support is comfortable for you. And whatever that comfort level may be, we want to thank you in advance. And while we await that decision, we do hope that you have a good research day. And we'll be back here tomorrow to welcome you back. And until then, please take every step you need to take in order to stay safe.